Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. So I'm hearing a lot of people talk about how all the hyped mints are gone, right? We had Hate Beast, we had Invisible Friends, we had Pixelmon. Whether they did good or not, that's irrelevant. I'm talking about the excitement you felt building up towards those mints. So today I just want to run through my list of projects I'm looking forward to. I don't have whitelist for all of them, but these are the projects that I would like to have whitelist for. And to the founders watching this video, if your project isn't on my list, I either didn't have time, your project isn't releasing until late April, or I'm just not that excited about your project. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Most projects in the NFT space are probably going to zero. So always make sure you take healthy profits and never invest more than you are willing to lose. And a small note on Starcatchers, they've actually committed to locking away most of the founders' funds for 4 years. And I actually think this is a really nice touch by this team, and it really shows that they're in it for the long term. Last night, I actually co-hosted the Nifty Nuggets Twitter space with Gronk from Zen Apes. We're probably gonna make it a weekly thing, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check out the Nifty Nuggets Twitter page. But we also had on the COO from Gojira, and they were talking about how they just committed to locking away some of the team's NFTs for, I believe, up to 5 years. And I really think this fixes a big problem that we have in the NFT space. And that is that all of these projects are getting most of their money up front, right? They're all making 2, 3, 5, sometimes $70 million on the first day that their project launches. And after that, there's not really an incentive for them to build. So if they're locking away money until they hit certain objectives, that is really going to incentivize them to push forward and build exactly what they promised. Next is a list of projects that I've already spoken about that I'm hyped for. So the first one is Gangster AllStar. Now I do think this one's pretty obvious. I'm actually using it as a PFP on my personal Twitter. I'm not being paid to do this or anything. I actually got that question if I am being paid to change my profile pictures. And I actually just really like this collection. I'm not being paid by any of these projects, by the way. So it's by an artist that goes by The Duang. And in my last video where I looked through his Instagram, he's actually been doing this for, I believe, the past 7 years. I found really old art that had these style of characters. And I'm a very big fan of what he's doing. He's creating an entire world that really hits on this Japanese culture or vibe. And I'm a very big fan of his work. So they're currently doing a ton of marketing campaigns. I do suggest engaging with these posts because it does seem like the people who engage with them are going to be invited to the Discord. Maybe they're gonna get whitelisted. I can't guarantee that. But if we just look through these posts and we look at the engagement, they're getting a good amount of engagement and it's actually consistent. So I like seeing that. If we check their Genesis collection, they actually have 2. And when I last saw them, they were between 2 and the other one was roughly 3 Ethereum, I believe. I picked up one of the universe pieces for 2.25 and the floor is actually at 4.25. So I have almost doubled, and you can see there actually are sales above 4 Ethereum. The other one, the Boss collection, is at a floor of 5 Ethereum. And if we look at activity, you could see there are sales. I was going to buy this one for 2 Ethereum. It just sold for 6. So the joke's on me for not purchasing it, but these will give you 1 whitelist spot for their upcoming mint. Next on our list is Cypher by Collider Craftworks. So this project is by a fully doxed team. I actually had a call with 8 of the members. They are a professional studio. They make avatars for AAA games like Mortal Kombat, Assassin's Creed, Injustice, Batman, and Street Fighters. As I said last time, you can see the amount of detail that has gone into making these different NFTs. And if we look here through the different renders that they're showing, these are very high quality avatars. Now, one thing I want to clarify, because a lot of people do seem confused by this, they are not building a AAA game, or at least not yet. What you're seeing here in this demo, this is a mini game or even a loading game while you wait in a lobby for an Unreal Engine game. What their product is, other than their avatars, they're building a visual wallet. What this is it's basically like an inventory system that you have in a video game, except here it's gonna hold all of your different Unreal Engine NFTs and assets. So if you're playing a game in Unreal, if you're in the Unreal Builder, you can just go to your wallet, grab whichever Unreal NFT you wanna work with, and just drop it in right there. So I really like like this project. I think they are perfect for a ton of collabs, especially with their wallet. If a brand needs avatars, they can turn to them because they are a professional studio, and then it's going to be made available inside of their wallet. Now, the downside for this project is they have taken quite a long time. The first time I spoke about this was near the end of December, and it's already been 2.5 months, and I don't believe this collection is due to drop until April. So hopefully they can keep the hype going. It does seem like they have been able to do that, especially since things like Hate Beast, Invisible Friends, those have already passed. So we're looking for the next really high quality NFT that we could mint. And I do believe that Collider Craftworks has a very strong chance at being that NFT. So this one is definitely at the top of my list for projects to get whitelisted for. Next on our list is going to be a project called The Possessed. Now this one is by an artist who runs his own agency, as well as the other founder who has a startup that has raised more than $10 million and manages over 50 employees. So they clearly know how to run a business, and hopefully that transfers over to their own NFT project. Now, in my opinion, the NFTs for this collection look great. It gives me Invisible Friends vibes with the high quality art, as well as it all being animated. We unfortunately don't know when this collection is going to be launching. If I had to guess, I would say it is later rather than sooner, seeing that these NFTs are going to take a very long time to make because of how animated they are, and you're going to want a very large variety so that they don't look too similar to each other. Now, as I said, I get Invisible Friends from this. I'm not saying they're going to go to 8 ETH, although I do believe they have a very high chance at success even in a bear market. But as you can see here, they have collaborated with Random Character Collective, the server behind Invisible Friends, to do a whitelist giveaway. So they clearly know that they are a desired collection. They're clearly self-aware about that. So I do think this is going to be a harder one to get, but it's definitely going to be worth it, at least in my opinion. This is another one that launched their marketing campaign or their Twitter a while back. It has been quite a while. I think it's been over 2 months. And it's always dangerous doing that because there are so many new projects dropping every single day that people tend to forget about your project, or they're not willing to spend that time in your server. Now, for Mutant Sheba Club, I do believe they have broken that because people do still seem very excited to mint this one or trying to get whitelist for it. If we look at their Twitter, you can see that they get very high engagement and they are about to hit 200,000 followers. Now, the team unfortunately is anonymous and we don't have too much of a roadmap. We can see here that they will have a serum. So the art that we see is not going to be the final form, but I'm a very big fan of this art. I like this. I like that they're all animated and I like the colors that they went with. So this is a collection that I'm looking forward to minting, and I do believe it can perform well, at least in the short term. It can most likely make a good flip. Next on our list is Phantom Network. Now, I really like the marketing that they're putting in for this collection. I personally thought this was going to be an anime series or an animated series. The NFTs themselves are very high quality. I assume they're using their artist from Valorant. My issue with it is I can't tell you what this collection is about, right? I'm in the Discord and I still don't know what they're doing. Like I said, I thought it was perhaps an animated series. I do not believe that's what it is. I think that's just for their marketing. And I do think they're doing this by design. They're keeping their cards very close to their chest. So I am looking forward to finding out what the utility is behind this collection, or if it's purely art based. It does seem like it will be some sort of tool, at least that's what I've heard, but it is by the team behind NanoPass. So there already is a very high expectation that this will do well. So of course, this is on our list and I do expect it to make at least a good flip. Last but not least is a project called Anero. Now this is continuing off of the whole anime trend that we just had. However, the difference here is that these are very high quality, especially just looking at the detail in the hair. This must have taken a very long time to do. Now, the reason for this is the artist is a professional illustrator for a manga called Somnia. If we look through his Twitter, you can see this is one from the collection and I love this one. But again, very high quality NFTs. I actually had over a 1-hour call with the team, and I can tell you they are different from most teams. They put a lot of thought into everything that they're putting out, so I do have high expectations for this project. The one downside, like some of the other ones I've spoken about, is they started their marketing very early, and I don't believe they are launching until at least April. So hopefully it doesn't play against them. I think they will be able to build a loyal community who actually likes what they're doing and wants to be a part of the project. The other thing I can see hurting it is if they don't have enough of assets. It does seem very fashion based. However, if you compare this to something like Azuki still had a bunch of assets. They had the swords, they had other items. So here, there's some that have a coffee. There's some, I assume they're gonna have like a Walkman and stuff like that, or a CD player. But I definitely wanna see more assets, especially that this is a 10K supply collection, just so the NFTs are differentiated from one another more than just the clothing that they're wearing. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.